All right, welcome. If you've ever wanted to bake the absolute ultimate holiday cookie, I'm talking rich, chocolatey, pepperminty perfection, then you are in the right place. Let's jump right into this explainer and make something amazing.
Okay, this right here, this is the mission. It's all about that texture, that incredible contrast. We're not just making a chocolate cookie, we're chasing that gooey, fudgy middle with a super thin, crackly shell on top. That's the hallmark of a true brownie cookie.
And that's exactly what we're going to do together. We're going to pull back the curtain on the science and the little techniques behind this recipe so you can get that perfect result every single time. Think of it as your roadmap to becoming a cookie master.
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? It's one thing to make a brownie in a big old pan, but to pack all of that fudgy, crackly topped goodness into one little cookie, that's a whole different challenge. Well, the answer is all in the details, and we're about to get into all of them.
First things first, we got to get our toolkit ready. But we're not just going to look at a list of ingredients, no. We're going to understand what each one actually does. Because when you know the why behind a recipe, you become a much, much better baker.
So, we're starting with the heart and soul of the cookie, a whole lot of good dark chocolate melted down with unsalted butter. This combo is what gives you that deep, rich, fudgy flavor, so this is the place to use the good stuff.
Next up, the wet mix, and I really want you to pay attention to that note on the screen. It might be tempting to cut back on the sugar, but please don't. That sugar is doing more than just making things sweet. It's the key ingredient that works with the eggs to create that beautiful, shiny, crackly crust we're after. It's pure science.
And here's our dry team. Pretty straightforward, right? You've got flour for structure, a little extra cocoa powder to deepen that chocolate flavor, baking powder for a bit of lift, and salt to make everything pop. Simple, but every single one plays a vital role.
And for the grand finale, the topping. Crushed candy canes give you that perfect, festive, minty crunch. And if you're like me, a little sprinkle of flaky sea salt on top to cut through the sweetness, oh, it's just perfect. This is what really makes the cookie scream holidays. All right, we've got all our players on the field. But now we're at the single most important part of this whole recipe. Seriously, if you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, make it what's coming up right now.
You know that gorgeous paper-thin, crackly top that makes a brownie a brownie? Well, that doesn't just happen by accident. It's the result of one very specific, totally non-negotiable technique. You ready for it?
This is it. 5 minutes. That is the magic number. That's how much time you need to spend on one specific step to guarantee you get that shiny, crackled top. So, what exactly are we doing for those 5 minutes?
We are whipping the eggs and sugar together until they reach what's called the ribbon stage. This is where the mixture completely transforms. It gets light, pale, and super thick. And you'll know you're there when you can lift the whisk and the batter falls back in a ribbon that just sits on the surface for a second before it dissolves. That right there is the foundation for your shiny crust.
And look, the proof is right here. On the left, that's what happens when you get impatient and you don't whip enough. You get kind of flat, dull cookies. But on the right, after a full 5 minutes of whipping, you get that glorious, shiny, cracked top. The difference is just night and day. It is so worth the time.
Okay, so we have our ingredients and we know the secret technique. Now it's time to actually build the batter. And how we put these things together is just as important as the ingredients themselves.
The process is pretty straightforward. First, you melt your chocolate and butter. Second, the most important part, you beat those eggs and sugar to the ribbon stage. Third, you mix those wet ingredients together. And last, and this is key, you gently fold in the dry ingredients. Don't stir, don't beat it, fold, just until you don't see any more streaks of flour. This is how you keep the cookie from getting tough.
And when you're done, this is what your batter should look like. It's going to be thick, really glossy, and sticky. It's a weird texture, somewhere between cookie dough and brownie batter. If it looks like this, you've totally nailed it.
All right, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. We've built the perfect batter. Now it's time to turn it into beautiful, delicious cookies. Let's get these things in the oven. Now, the most crucial part on this slide is step number 3. You have to sprinkle the candy canes on the second they come out of the oven. If you do it before, they'll just melt into a sugary puddle. Adding them right after they come out makes them stick to that gooey top and stay crunchy. Then, and this is important, just leave them alone on the tray to cool and set up. And here is a pro tip for that perfect fudgy texture. You got to pull them from the oven when the centers still look just a little bit wet and underdone. I know, it feels wrong, but trust the process. They'll keep cooking on the hot tray. It's called carryover cooking, and it's the real secret to getting that perfectly soft fudgy center. We've covered the whole process, but before you run off to the kitchen, let's just quickly go over the most important takeaways and look at a couple of fun variations to make sure you succeed. So let's recap the 3 absolute keys to success. 1. I know I sound like a broken record, but do not skip that 5-minute whisking. 2. Peppermint extracts can be wildly different in strength, so give yours a sniff and maybe start with a little less. And 3. Be patient. These cookies are super delicate when they're hot, so just let them cool completely on the tray to firm up before you try moving them. And how cool is this? This one batter can actually take you down 2 different paths. If you want a flatter, chewier cookie, just give the hot pan a good bang on the counter as soon as it's out of the oven. Or, hey, if you just get a craving for brownies, you can pour this exact same batter into a pan and bake it. It's an incredibly versatile recipe.
So there you have it. All the secrets, all the techniques, all the tips you need. The only question left is, are you ready to head into the kitchen and bake the most perfect, fudgy, festive holiday cookie you've ever had? I think you are.